We just finished observing Tisha B'Av last night. Tisha B'Av, meaning just the 9th of Av, for those who don't observe it, is the second most solemn day of the Jewish calendar, behind only Yom Kippur. On this day we observe tragedies that befell our people, most notably the destruction of both the first Jewish temple in Jerusalem, which we believe happened exactly on this day, along with the second temple in Jerusalem as well. The second temple had been built upon the return from Babylonian exile in the 6th century BCE, and improved on by Herod. We focus on the second temple's destruction often because it was the end of 1,000 years in which Jews mostly had sovereignty in their own homeland. After the second temple is destroyed by the Romans in the year 70 CE of the Common Era, the Jews would become a wandering and stateless people for almost 2,000 years. And while many would continue to live in the land of Israel, they would endure horrendous violence and oppression. The Romans forbade Jews from visiting Jerusalem. They renamed Jerusalem Aelina Capitolina, after a Roman god, and they built a pagan temple on the site of our holy temple. The rabbis of the Talmud refer to the land as the land of Israel because after the destruction and subsequent revolt, the Romans had sought to humiliate the Jews by renaming the land Syria Palestina. Palestina, or Palestine, being inspired by the Philistines, the Jews' greatest foes of the early Jewish kingdom times. History would continue to march on, and Jews would continue to mourn the loss of our temples and the loss of sovereignty on Tisha B'Av, while enduring mounting hatred and murder and subjugation out in diaspora around the world. Many of us today have never lived in a world without Israel, and so have never had to fear the answer to the question, when this land turns on us, where shall we go? When the entire Jewish community of the Middle East, apart from Israel, was forced out of their homes in the 1950s, Israel took them in. When Soviet Jews groaned from under their oppression and demanded to be let go, it was to Israel that most of them went. We live a blessed life in America, one of the few countries in world history to be so kind to the Jewish people, and I personally feel blessed to be an American Jew. As the rabbis suggest, I mix my sorrow with sadness on Tisha B'Av, as I simultaneously mourn our particular Jewish tragedies and feel glad that there is an Israel, while I sit here feeling at home in America. Shabbat Shalom, and I hope you all join us this evening for services here on this YouTube channel or through our Zoom link.